What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review a 2007 mixtape by Max B. Based on this particular product, it's called Out on Bond, $2 Million Baby, and it came out in the fall of 2007. Now within these pairs here, this is even still amidst like the particular phrase when Max B was caught up as far as these physical elements within these type pitches as far as paying attention towards it here, but particularly Max B went through a court system of about 2.5 years within these type of appeals, considering the arrest happened in like the late summer / fall of 2006. Very about it was the court get up in the fairs about what was particularly going on lasted until about like the late spring of 2009 as far as this physical happened, with Max B being in prison from about the late spring of 2009 until the fall of 2025. So quite distant type time, obviously pitches like that. The fairs process, paying attention towards it here. I have reviewed a prior Max B type product. I'm going to start getting to some of these type ones here, like I was saying, good pitch like that. One of these type ones within these type pitches would be Max B's Out on Bond $2 million. One of these would be Max B's Out on Bond $2 million Baby within these type pitches. So it's hit type appeals as far as the aspects can happen. Like I was saying, within these type pitches, what I was saying within the Coke Wave I was saying within the Coke Wave mixtape review with French Montana within that particular fair that I was going to get to the $1 Million Baby mixtape from 2006 as well. Some of these are kind of on the way as far as these pitching happen. There's a series of Max B products that are going to show up throughout this year as far as these pitching happen. So we're getting towards this, realizing that within these type of phrases, I'm starting to shore up some of his affiliates more quickness type facets, like Jim Jones. I don't really have too much more from like the 2000s that he's done. I'm going to start getting to the 2010s with Jim Jones fairs like that, and also like Joel Santana's getting shored up pretty good as well. There's a review that's coming with this set of reviews that's coming along with this Max B one as far as these pairs go. So more Joels, more Max B folks like that, getting to more Dipset. There's a Hell Rel one that's on the way as well, pitched like that with some hit type appeal as far as in the pitch behind it here. So apparently originally Max B was a part of Bird Gang, which was Jim Jones's collective as far as those pairs go. Now this is one of the last type products that really Jim Jones did with Max B, at least according to what I had thought within these type pitches. Kind of variety. It felt like Max B kind of separated from Jim Jones around early mid 2008 pitches like that, considering he was not on the Bird Gang album from the summer of 2008, and he wasn't really on Harlem's American Gangster either. So it's kind of pitched this is really seemingly about as recent as like the Max B and Jim Jones kind of affiliation kind of got within those type pitches, which is interesting type fairs, but it's excellent type pitches as far as these products have just classic team ups. If you fuck with Jim Jones, you remember Max B being particularly on Jim Jones's Harlem Diary of a Summer and then Hustler's P.O.M.E. This is another good recent type one. I'm gonna kind of throw this in the Jim Jones playlist as well within these type pitches, considering the factoid that Jim Jones drops more than 4 or 5 verses on this particular 29 song mixtape as far as these products have. So it's excellent within these type pitches. Now I'm going to talk about at least 21 songs off here within these type pitches, because there are some repeat type ones from other mixtape type fare, like you get like a particular freestyle to like Pop Bottles by Lil Wayne and Birdman. There's a Kanye West Heard Him Say song on here as far as these pitches going to happen. There's some other type ones like one of which is to Rick Ross's Hustlin'. There's another one that's to Just Dippin' by Snoop Dogg, pitch like that. There's a new verse to Pin the Tail by Jim Jones, which came out, which is good, nice pitches like that. Way I Am by Eminem's on here, so it's a pitch. So I'm not going to talk about those type ones, but I'm going to talk about at least 21 of these within these type aspects. So out of the 29 songs, there's at least 6 that are mixtape type songs. Then there's a skit and an intro, so that narrows it down. Minus those 8 songs, that narrows it down to 21. So pitches like that. Some of these hit type bills. But yeah, classic tape here. Definitely recommend the download with some of these type pitches within the aspects as far as in the blistering typeness, as far as like the phrase going to happen. Very inspired. It's like a secret Jim Jones product, just to say that for folks that kind of wonder where Jim Jones was in 2007. Some good type aspects on here. Stack Bundles is also on here as well. RIP to him. Pitches like that as far as this phrase going to happen within the pitch, as far as saying he was affiliated of Jim Jones that was getting ready to break out with some of those type of ordeals before he passed in like the late spring of 2007. So it's the pitch as far as saying some of those type of products within those type pitches, just the assortment of like these folks that were underneath Jim Jones's wing, that were getting ready to blow up within those type of phrases. We're getting towards the assortment of happening. The Stack Bundles is actually on here a number of times, and Jim Jones, like I was saying, drops a number of verses. So it's a good type of affiliation. This is kind of like an offset type within the same sort of tone as Hustler's P.O.M.E. The only thing it lacks, it has a couple buzz type songs in here. I feel like there's a couple of these, like What a Quan, and like Whenever I'm Around, Anniversary, and like there's one song that sounds like really like a Jim Jones song, or really like a Fat Joe and 50 Cent type song, Nigga to Call, as far as these pitching out. There's a number of these on here. Some of these have ones. This is a series of those type ones that feel like pretty good buzz type tunes within these type pitches as far as paying attention, like some thunder that kind of goes long. Now within the type pitch behind it, Max B was still kind of in the trenches somewhat within those aspects. He was definitely a mixtape god within those sorts of ordeals, but in terms of like the pitch of getting like a crossover type tune, the way Jim Jones was starting to do that with We Fly High and like Pop Champagne and some of those type ones like Bird Gang Money and some of those type ones that he was starting to get to around late 2006, 2007, 2008. So the fair as far as saying, but just the progress as far as getting towards the next step one's kind of pitched as far as he was starting to really get, Max B was really starting to get these grind type songs up pretty well. But it's just action type affiliation. Jim Jones kind of helps out with like the assist on here, really extremely pitched like that. So some hit type ordeals kind of getting like a pseudo kind of Jim Jones product on top of like the flair of where Max B kind of was around this time. So nails the capital typeness and pitch like that, and as a bonus, stack bundles is on here a few times. The pitch as far as saying paying attention like that product. So the pitch behind it here, yeah, this mixtape is simple enough as if you should probably be able to tell within these type pitches this mixtape is going to get a 10 out of 10. With even the fair talking about within these phrases, recommend all 21 of the songs I'm going to talk about on here. It's going to be an emphatic review as far as these players can have them just in the pitch as far as saying out of the 21 songs that are actually songs in here that are original within the factor, I recommend all 21 of these, so 10 out of 10 within some of these pitch. So there's plenty of these. I'm just going to go through the list with some of these type fairs. Now I'm going to talk about some of these type ones within these type pitches, one of which, like I was saying, which is a good buzz type singles, Nigga to Call, as far as these players can have them. It's like a good Fat Joe and 50 Cent kind of lean back / piggy bank kind of club snaz kind of get towards here, just a mobbing type song, I'd say, just real spit lean towards gallon pitch like that, some of these type fairs kind of pitch. So definitely that same sort of drastic type snare, kind of like songs like by Fat Joe, like So Much More, and 50 Cent, like with Piggy Bank, some stuff ones that same sort of snarl kind of amongst it. A little bit of New York by Ja Rule and Fat Joe and Jadakiss, some stuff ones. It's that sort of lean, decked out kind of NY type club anthem pitch like that. So some of those type of snares. This is the sort of song I think if Max B had like a song within the ballisticness now. Then the fair, it's a good buzz type song, but it's kind of the pitch as far as saying it just within the aspects, just more mixtape type frame, but it is a good vanilla type one within Sunny Side pitch that really has some blistering typeness within MPL. So it's good, nice pitches. Anniversary goes along with that one pretty well as well within these type pitches, like a heroin and slog kind of nightclub turn up to get towards here, just excellent kind of routine type drama. I'd say just moving quick as far as these pairs going to happen. Definitely like the excellent taste of drama on this particular song as far as these pairs have. This is one of those type ones that just feels like the real grease. Definitely walking through places, having like a grape sweet in your ears, some pitches like that. Just kind of excellent aspects like some of these type phrases. Lokes on in the nighttime pitch like that. Some of these type phrases. And obviously within pitch that's simple enough. This is the pitch as far as is decked out, looking lean pitch like that. Some of these type phrases. Just appreciating like the night glam. Some of these type pitch amongst it. It's a good prolific set of wilds where it doesn't necessarily have to be Friday, Saturday pitch like that. Just particularly Tuesday, Wednesday night, Sunset Fairs is glossed out within Sunset pitches. Now nowadays, compared to like the fall of 2007 pitch like that, it's just within fair. I question what Max B particularly thinks of some of these type of Fridays were nightclubs and things like that. I question if it's like that in New York and some of these places, whether or not nightclubs would be shut down at like 9 o'clock p.m. or pitches like that, whether or not they'd be open at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. But just that Tibble type factor, some of that Gliss type factor, some of these type pitches like the Crunk typeness. It's a real nice snarl type one, some of these pitch. Just give Ma particular taste like the good life, some of these pitch amongst a good nice phrase. Real good standout on here that I can see myself listening to. Real good standout in here I can see myself listen to several dozen times to be Leave Them Boys Alone as far as these pitches have. This has a Jay-Z sample in there, a good pitch like that. It's like an excellent kind of Jay-Z blueprint kind of leftover, I'd say. It's actually seemingly from Reasonable Doubt. It samples politics as usual, but it's good, nice pitches here, excellent varieties. This is like a good leftover type flip of that. This DJ drama type staple, I'd say, pitch like that. Feels like it probably should have plenty of folks rapping to this. Something like Lil Wayne, unlike his Kush type vibes from 2007, pitch like that. Smoke to this particular tune, obviously pitch like that. Get some swishes in the air, some of that pitch. It's good, nice song to cool too. Some of that price, a good, nice pitch. It's nice, soulful type dip type one. Definitely on Jay-Z type blueprint type vibes, and also like Jim Jones from like his particular On My Way to Church type vibes from 2004 pitch like that. Cameron from like his particular, pretty much any of Cameron's mid 2000s type albums and just 2000s. Purple Haze, Kill a Season, and Come Home With Me. Also like the Terror Squad from 2004 album, particularly with Lean Back on it, the True Story type album pitch like that. So some of those hit type appeals. Good ringtone type tune off here would be Whenever I'm Around, pitch like that. It's like a quality nightclub bang to get in two-step, I'd say here. Reminds it. Song reminds definitely of 06 Jim Jones. Some stuff here is very ringtone-ish as far as these pairs are going to happen. It's pretty vanilla type one within pitches like that. And that's the thing about this mixtape is it's not much of a learning curve off here as far as these pitches happen. This is pretty central. If you fuck with Jim Jones around these particular times, especially around the We Fly High type days and Bird Gang Money type days, pitch like that, it's some easy enough type phrase kind of get towards this just being like a good secondary type cousin, just the next door neighbor to that particular type quality pitch like that. It's just some of those type ones just minus like the mammoth hooks. It's about the only thing. It's just the pitch as far as something just has the quotability like a tune like Make It Rain, Shoulder Lean, some of those ones like that, We Fly High pitch like that, Pin the Tail, some of those ones like that. It's just the pitch as far as saying, but the aspect definitely has the bang typeness. Another good tune here would be Side Shorty pitches like that. It's like a quality villa and summer kind of post up to get towards this Hawaiian shirts and pastels. So instead of just definitely get some summer shine, kind of like a more mobbed out type fashion. Good pitches like that. This Martinez kind of having your system, kind of taking kind of more softcore type, lean type facet with Gal as far as these pitches can have them. Why so serious and stuff? There's just what to do on the real. What are the ants at your picnic right now as far as these pitch can have them? What's kind of the pitch behind, but just not being so defensive with it, but just kind of pitch as far as just saying you look like there's some ants at your picnic. Fairs like that, sense of pitch, but fairs like that as far as these pitch kind of happen. Good, nice fairs. Don Perignon is a hitting type one as well. It's like a great DJ drama kind of mixtape cut kind of roll around with Gal as far as these pitch kind of happen. Definitely some hit type feel. So just kind of aspects some of those type ones. The way Jim Jones will kind of have these particular type tunes, particularly off of Harlem Diary of a Summer, some of those type ones like Baby Girl and pitch like that, some of those type ones for just some Ride Browns, just kind of an '07 kind of Bonnie NY, kind of an '07 Bonnie and Clyde type fair, like Me and My Girlfriend by Tupac, and the one that's also by Jay-Z from like 2002, 2003, pitch like that, but it's kind of in a more NY type flavor, just some NY kind of fast times, I'd say. Grab like a Sunday for Diva Sense to pitch amongst just kind of just pull aside within the city type flash and zazz of it, just kind of a damn type song, just being like damn ma looks great, Sense to pitch, fairs like that. It's good, nice mixtape buzz type tune for like some high fashion kind of glide along. Good, nice mixtape type buzz type song for some mixtape kind of glide alongs, pitch like that, Sunny type fries as far as the hit type feel, just fast city lights, pitch like that, Sunny hit type fries, good pitch like that, just in a good soul type sense. So definitely feels like DJ Drama should be on this song, pitch like that, Sunny hit type feels. If you want it with stack bundles on there, some good nice pitches. Also, Anniversary has Jim Jones and Mel Matrix on there. So yeah, like I was saying, Jim Jones on here a number of times, pitch like that. Some of these type fries, but pitches, some of these type fairs. If you want it's a hitting type one, it's like a great combo with Make. Haven't talked about this song just yet, but it's a great combo with Make a Bitch Go Oh, pitch like that. Good decked out posse type song that has Jaw Jaw on there. R.I.P. to her, pitch like that. Recent unfortunateness, pitch like that, but it also has stacked bundles and also has Jim Jones on there. Some of those pitch. I'm gonna get that one soon, but particularly if you want, it's like a great combo with Make a Bitch Go Oh, just What's the Dealio Moss, since the pitch amongst it, just kind of trail mix, kind of have some of these type varieties. Good, nice round of goodies for like Gallon Mine, since the pitches. Obviously some trail mix beers like that, Licorice, since the hit type aspects, pitch like that. Nice spearmint gum, since the pitch amongst it within these hit type feels aspects like that. Get towards the vanilla blunt, since type prices. Just within the pitch for us having some nearby type goodies within the aspects, since type prices. Just the pitch. I mean, obviously you can smoke like the particular grape sweets pitch like that, but it's something a little bit more soft spit type flavor pitch like that. The vanilla type ones, the particular apricot type ones, since the pitch is good aspects like that. As far as the pairs have good nice pitches, just kind of meme a bit, since the pairs just kind of soaking in like the club type embellished pitch like that. It's another good bouncy type one within these type pitches, as far as like a good jostle kind of get towards here with like the shedding a dislike. It's getting towards some candy kind of vanilla-ness and pitch like that. Hit type appeals. Make a Bitch Go Oh is a hitting type one. Like I was saying, within this pitch, decked out type song pitch like that. Capital type appeal. Feels like Jim Jones ripped out of 2005, 2006. Fairs like that. Jim Jones, Jaw Jaw, Max B, stack bundles on here. Good posse type tune. Pitch like that. Classic Dipset and Diplomats. Fairs like that. It's like a heavy set classic kind of mid-2000s. Jim Jones, like I was saying, just a bop and flex kind of tune. He's heavy set classic mid-2000s kind of Jim Jones bop and flex type song pitch like that. As far as these pairs, I'm definitely get diva within definitely get like the diva folks within these type pitches, popping that some type pitches easy within these type pitches, just get the bay tab way up within some type feels pitches like that. Just the pounder, really get the tear up in your system. This is also pretty good, nice one. Make a Bitch Go Oh, it's kind of within pitch, it just zoning out a little bit, getting a mild kind of head trip type going, but it's kind of the product of just getting towards the tear up type factor, really paying attention towards as far as these pitches have, just really soaking in the embellished like the night type variety pitch like that. Definitely a good vibe check to the carnage of some of these type ones, and the blisteriness of the numerous type ones within these type pitch that have the aspect like the viciousness on here is kind of some of these type varieties, throwing in like the vibe checks on top of that, like, you know, just the pitch of how how many Bailey Cyrus shots have you had pitched like that, how many Jello shots or some of these type of ordeals pitched like that. So this extra type of appeals pitched like that. We be on our shits a good nice ones, like a good rattled kind of NY, kind of Tupac riding to get and sleek kind of transits here. I'd say as far as these players gonna happen, definitely some IDGAF type modes pitches like that. Just hungry for some drops as far as these players gonna happen. So kind of the pitch, kind of the variety of the way Tupac would kind of be on songs like Hit 'Em Up and Ambitions as the right of some type ones pitch like that. Only God can judge me, but some of these type ones just one pitch, just more of the type varieties, just the pitch of like kind of within an NY type flavor. Some further quick times pitches like that, it's kind of missed the mode of just kind of wondering like what the next drop's going to be. Some of the pitches kind of getting towards the appetite of it. Some of those stuff is definitely within the mode of want to get towards like the want to get towards some of these muscle type fists. His palms itching as far as these players going to happen with the accent type pitches of it. As far as these hit type appeals going to happen. Refreshing is a hitting type one as well. Good pitches like that. This particularly. It's like a smogish kind of city air and taxi and kind of traffic caught up as far as these fairs go. I'm just getting into some pawn shopping fairs like that. It's kind of some day grease here. Some of these stuff probably get some nice subs in your system fairs like that. So kind of pitch for saying just hit up like a Quiznos, sends to places Subway obviously within these aspects as far as like the tone, just the typical type grub and pitch like that. It's kind of traditional type fashion. This is a little bit more miss like the day smog of it and fairs like that. Typical type makeshift and pitches like that, say within those hit type PLs. Nasty is a quality one as well as like an alleyway and chum along kind of. Nasty is a nice one. It's like an alleyway and chum along type song. Nasty is a nice one as well as like an alleyway and chum along type song. Kind of get within these products. Just help with gals laundry. Some of the fairs is kind of hitting up a laundromat. Some of the fairs from the pitch. Just extra few utilities kind of rope up for said deals. Some of the pitches pick up like some dish soap or fairs like that. Paper towels. Some of those type aspects now. Not necessarily being like a whipping boy pitch like that, but just kind of varieties of just taking the edge off. Some of the varieties just like, hey, let me. You don't have to go to Walmart every 3 days. Pitches like that. Some hit type appeals aspects as far as getting towards those products. Pitches like that. Just kind of smoking. Some good nice products to smoke in the arounds, pitches like that as far as these fairs going to have them. Just kind of chirp a bit, get some folks kind of knowing what the next goings on are going to be, pitches like that. Some of these stuff fairs kind of within it, just kind of zone from like the smoke products. Some of these stuff fairs kind of pitch as far as saying, paying attention towards there with like the product, just getting like good few grapes in your system, pitch like this. So it's kind of within the same type fair as like a song like Refresh and pitch like that, but it's kind of the aspect of this kind of this city backstreet type fair. Some of these pitch amongst this kind of good basic embellish and pitches like that, hit type appeals. Don't think I've talked about Henny type yet. It's the hit type one. It's like a good G-unit style kind of car vibe and foot tap jig to kind of get towards the air pitch like that. Just a straight and kind of joyride, I'd say. Some of the pitches. So just kind of gallivant type air within whip type products within the pitch. If you're doing within the pitch of some of that, just kind of out on kind of out on like a time waste type spree within a more composition type sense. It's kind of paint the town. Definitely get towards the product of painting the town red as far as these players can have them just with like a particular just it's within a good Galvant type spell with Diva as far as these pitch games, the hit type aspects. Kill that with Styles piece, the hitting type one. This is pretty. I like the particular hero about this song. It's like an excellent kind of terror, kind of NY Dracula, kind of hallway type sprees as far as these pitch can happen. So it just kind of feels like apartment like, but just more within pitch, just like more October type fair within like a particular kind of NY type sense pitch like that. Just a pawn shop type run and small talk as far as these pitch can happen. Pitch like that. It's kind of a simp type song for like nearby type just neighbor and apartment type divas pitch like that, since they're probably amongst that. Just some laundromat and lobby and parking lot type gab as far as these pitch can have within the tones, as far as these pitch can happen. Just kind of miss the fair just within a haunted type sense. So just some good post ups, some of the varieties, just feeling chatting like a simp type sense, pitches like that, some of the fair is not say simping like derogatory, but some of those type pitches. Ooh La La is the hitting type one. Now, I believe this is the Wu-Tang's Triumph as far as this I am. I've not gotten to Wu-Tang Forever from 1997 yet, but some of those type pitches as far as saying, feels like that's the particular song. One of those Wu-Tang type ones from like, not necessarily Enter the 36 Chambers, but later on type Wu-Tang pitches like that. It's like a grand kind of Wu-Tang, kind of two-step and woozy, kind of flush out the buzz as far as these can happen. Just feeling Swayze amongst this particular one. Hell, grape sweets in your system, fairs like that. Get some tacos along with that. So it's kind of pitch. It's not as complex. I really hear NY type folk too much super commonly talk about Taco Bell and pitch like that, but it's just some of those type varieties getting some good taco type fare in your system, so it's a pitch is kind of amongst it. It definitely feels like one of those type ones that just really having the perp in your system fares like that is kind of pitches for us saying just appreciating like the times are probably within the product. If you're feeling as good as like the particular song format of this fair kind of feels amongst, you probably wouldn't remember too much of a grand total about this day as far as these pitches but it's just some good nice fairs pitches like that, just feeling Swayze as hell pitches like that, good nice varieties. Good pitches there. Out on bales, a nice one as well within these aspects, like a get some sunlight, kind of pick up like tan lotion per gallon pitch like that, just a throwaway camera, some of these action, throwaway camera, some of these extra type varieties pitch like that, just kind of a porch kickback of a song. It's very much like a Fabulous type song pitch like that when you think of songs like Into You and Can't Let You Go, songs of pitches like that. It's pretty good radio type grab for like the pitch of one of those type ones that just has like a good summer type shine, very much like songs that feel like Kelly Rowland should be on their pitch like that, like Nelly's Dilemma, songs of ones like that. It's kind of good vanilla kind of break for you within songs to pitch to just post up within porch type fair, just get towards the product like being personal and pitch like that, songs type varieties. Trying to think some other type ones I haven't talked about here. I don't think I talked about What a Quan as far as these pitches can have. This has Mel Matrix, Jim Jones, and Junior Reed on there. Junior Reed within these pitches is the particular folk that helped out with the hook. One Blood by the Game pitch like this, a hit type feels real. I like the particular flavor about this song. It's a real nice saucy type one pitch like that. What a Quan's like a jangled and feeling some margaritas and tortillas kind of occasion, I'd say, pitch like that. Since type of feels just get like a summer tan going. Since the pitch is very much a summer tan type song, just low. Just some loc weather as far as these first gotten by locs. I mean, some definite loc air and weather as far as these first gotten by loc weather. I mean, the particular pitch of just sunglass type season pitch like that. Since varieties to just be post up within those type varieties. Another good villa post up along with songs like Side Shorty and Out on Bail since the pitch is a good nice summer type fair with some of these type aspects. Gonna have like some retreats and retires as far as those press games within the pitch of getting some tortillas in your system pitch like that. Make like a sharp margarita for gals since the pitch is kind of product just like luncheon, more or less kind of white collar kind of luncheon type occasion pitch like that since the varieties. I think some other type ones I haven't talked about here. I don't think I talked about Connecticut Kush as far as these spreads can happen. Connecticut Kush like an amidst everyday syrup and get along as far as these spreads can happen. Kind of a pot run type song, let's say here. Just homie favorites on top of that since the pitches is kind of tipsy within since the basics amongst a ton kind of it. Just kind of some assists to get towards. So it's kind of the pitch as far as getting towards this. So it's kind of probably some of these type of songs off the sound. There's another one on here that's kind of like that as well as some of these type of pitches, particularly like one of which that is How We Roll as far as these pitch I'm kind of coming through for pals as far as these pitch I'm not just like the gal come through, but also the pitch of like some homies. They're kind of then the aspect of keeping them in line as far as these pitch I'm not in terms of like being, not in terms of having to be the big homie and the top dog, boss dog pitch like that, but just some of these affairs that just spoke kind of within these aspects of just like if they have some chores to take care of a pitch like that, just kind of lending a helping hand within the aspect of not, once again, not being a whipping boy with it, but just kind of pitch like some tag-along pitch like that. Get a few Smirnoffs in your system within the phrase to just helping out for some of these surprises like the extra type of occasion where like the pairs that just taking care of pitch like that. Being the tag-along, well, they have like an insurance day, so it's a pitch to take care of pitch like that. And that's just within the fair, just extracurricular typeness, just within the fray amongst it. Then the fair, like the lyrics of this particular fray amongst it, it's more within the aspect of noir-like pitch like that, but just kind of fair as some of those type ones just post up, just run a set of favors with folks along for the ride pitch like that, or you along for the ride. Good nice pitch as far as those pitches can have. Another nice one I haven't talked about on here, which is particularly, I don't think I talked about why you do that as far as these pitches can have. Why you do that, it's like an out and around kind of in the city bite, I'd say here, to set arounds to get towards taken care of. Leftover kind of day rope up, I'd say just kind of coke gal sends to pitch amongst it. This one's more of a wintry type song pitch like that. It's kind of the biting city air and sense to pitches. Kind of getting to the product. It could also be biting within these type pitches as far as just paying attention like the aspect is personal type, squabble sense of aspect, just getting towards the dramatic type fashion. So some of these have like a more, you could say, leet in particular, just kind of just more snaring type aspects within the tone, just like the particular phrase, just cautioned and kind of like particular caution and harrow type aspects with that pitch like that, but it's just the first saying this coke gal sense of pitch, this kind of aspect to just get that nail polish up to these next set of rounds pitch like that, sense hit type price pitch like that, is kind of hands full set of wilds pitch like that within sense of aspects hit type appeals within these pitches. I'm trying to think, I think that more or less takes care of the most of the rest of these within these pitches as far as the first game. I think one of the last ones I haven't talked about on here, maybe there's a couple more of these type ones, one of which is How We Roll as far as these pitches can happen. How We Roll is like an excellent kind of posse and folk kind of round up to get towards here, to set a day task, kind of get toward set a day task, kind of get towards here within pitch like that. Just some fellas bullshit that has to be taken care of pitch like that, or within the relative type variety of getting taken care of pitch like that. Just kind of some come throughs to kind of help out with pals and buddies as far as these pitch can happen. No, so within the pitch, as far as paying attention, like the legality of a pitch like that, but just something that fares the disc like particular. Aaron said a while as the disc was within the pitch, just some tag along as far as these players go. So just the aspect as far as saying with particular folks having they gotta go out of town to particularly like pick up like there's a pawn shop out of town that has like some particular shit that they want to pick up, and within the pitch talking about like like a Rob Schneider type movie or something like that. But this pitch, some of the stuff probably pitch like that, or maybe they have it's a dope out of town kind of mixtape shop pitch just like that. Sunset Prize, but this pitch like that, Sunset Prize get some pizza going in the whip. Sunset Prize, good hot box type song on top of that. Some of those type pitches, just typical of like Nas and Wu Tang, some of those type folks within it. Excellent type phrase. I think one of the last type ones I haven't talked about on here, pitches like that would be Part of My Life. As far as these pitches go, Part of My Life's like a good apartment and lounge kind of BS kind of get towards here to some. Part of My Life's the hitting type ones, like a good apartment and lounge type song to get towards here. Just BS set emotions and car sit kind of sludge, I'd say here. Just some alleyway type chirping pitch like that. So it's kind of the fair, good drop sit type song pitch like that, sentence type phrase. It's kind of Backstreets type chirping pitch like that, sentence type phrase. It's kind of aspect, basic kind of car sit, taxi sit type fair within aspects within pitch of just having like an MP3 player, sentence type pitch. But it's kind of aspect like the gulag typeness, sentence type pitch. Just kind of more sludgy ass day affairs like that. It's kind of caught up within the usual kind of usual business and blase type drama pitch like that, but some extra type of appeals just getting towards the next modes of it pitch like that. I think there's another song I haven't talked about on here, which is By Myself. As far as these pitch can happen, By Myself, like a relative kind of crapola and personal kind of come through. I'd say here, pitch like that, just get chicks straight. As far as these pitches can happen, just some iron outs, bills pay kind of day pitch just like that. It's one of those harrowing type ones within pitch like that. Is kind of the aspect of just getting towards the product of it, getting the bounce back kind of going pitch like that within the fairs of just having, if gal needs some assistance within the product, just like the straight and getting back, head on your shoulders pitch like that. Since that phrase, this kind of aspect is iron out type fair. Now, it's not being Captain Save-A-Ho and some stuff pitches within it, the product of just being Mr. Superman and Clark Kent pitch like that, but just some of these hit type appeals to just the straighten, just get right kind of fair and iron out as far as this pitch album just within like a bill pay type product. Now, some of these type ones just keeping the aspect of like the usual type fair within personal type sense as well, taking care of kind of the pitch of just it bills not to get shorthanded with like the bills paid type aspects pitch like that, but also within the prayer just getting like some Taco Bell in your system fairs like that, since the pitch just amongst the aspect of this not being IDGF every moment of the day pitch like that. Some of those stuff prices getting sort of some of the getting towards some of that type of products. Some mixtape dives pitch like that, just re-up with some of that type 4-on-1 pitch like that, some stuff fairs some of those hit type aspects. I think that more or less takes care of it here as far as these pitching. I think that's particularly the aspects as far as these fairs going to happen. It's a good excellent pitches here, aspects like that. This mixtape gets to 10 out of 10. So within the aspects, whipping typeness within these aspects for these first games. So yeah, social score gets a 10 out of 10 as well. No, within the pitch as far as saying Max B was kind of more in the trenches. He was a pretty good lieutenant for Jim Jones around this particular time within the last leftover moments of him being an affiliate of him. Pitch like that, it's kind of fray. They had some good build up with some buzz kind of getting towards here. That was really going to be pretty vicious within these aspects. But between Max B's kind of very distant kind of prison sense, the aspect of stack bundles, having his mishap. The unfortunate aspect of Stack Bundles' demise and kind of the pitch that Jim Jones was kind of grafted into like more popularity, and also the squabble that he was having with Dipset. Cameron was kind of disappearing. It's kind of the pitch that this turmoil that kind of went along with sometimes, but it's not as if the pitch that really subtracted from this album type appeal and mixtape type appeal pitch like that. It has some hit type aspects on here. It was just kind of the fair that the only aspect that Jim Jones was still more or less relatively newer to like the concept of getting like some crossover type ones pitch like that. It's kind of fair that he was capitalizing was kind of pitch that he just didn't have the extra leftover type hits to give to like his pals his full balance. Some of these type pitches he gave him like the aesthetic definitely the template for some of these type ones, but in terms of like a pitch that would be on the girth the type size of We Fly High and Bird Gang Money, some type pitches and so on type ones and Splash around those particular times kind of pitch, it wasn't quite grafted just yet. And by the time it did start to get where Jim Jones was more like that, he was separate from Max B. But it's kind of pitch. There are some ones on here within these type pitches as far as being honest, the club type songs, some ones that have some similarities, like folks like Ja Rule, Fat Joe, 50 Cent, some type ones can pitch like that. They do have some crossover type ones, some vanilla type ones like Anniversary, Nigga to Call, Leave Them Boys Alone, What a Quan, We Be On Our Shit, Make a Bitch Go Oh, some of these type ones, If You Want It, Whenever I'm Around. There's a number of these type ones that have some crossover type appeal within the aspect. Just kind of the pitch that just doesn't have like the megaton kind of ringtone type quotability type stuff. But other than that, it's basically pretty superb within pitch like that. But either way, it gets a 10 out of 10. Just all these are pretty blistering. It tastes that just an excellent kind of alternative to Hustler's P.O.M.E. pitch like that. So hit that Bills for saying just the excellent bona fide product. Just a good re-up kind of shot in the arm pitch like that. In terms of future, like Max B was gone. Like I said, then some of these pitches, there's a good assortment of folks that probably don't recognize in the pitch of just the shit that Max B kind of did in like the mid and late 2000s. But the pitch, he's been gone, minus like the occasional type product between 2009 about 2025. So the pitch, as far as saying, he's getting back towards some of these type ones and get to some more of these type ones. But it is unfortunate that some of these prime type aspects that he couldn't have dropped like mixtapes in 2012 and 2014, because it's definitely pretty prolific type time to see him by the quality. Some of these type ones could have been a lot more, even more vicious. But still, the aspects, some of these type ones are blistering pitch like that. Good classic here, easing up the buck with within these pitches.